Hello, everybody. It's Graham Cove with another My Music, and today, all the way from America. Whereabouts in America are you coming from, Jasmine?
I live in Los Angeles, California, but I was raised in Durham, North Carolina.
Oh, well, there we go, and we'll talk about that in a minute after this little video.
Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop.
So, Jasmine, did you enjoy that? You look
I
like you were
did.
grooving. You look like you were grooving to that. Jasmine, thanks so much for joining me. And you were recommended by another artist, Rachel, who'd been on previously. How did you know Rachel?
Me and Rachel met at a different event. We were both actually just attending. Found out later that she knew my cousin, but she literally just walked in and came to me. She was like, "Do I know you?" And I was like, "I don't think so." And she was like, "You look famous." I was like, "I'm not, but hey, girl." And we connected,
That's
and
wonderful.
then she randomly walked into my job like a couple days later. And yeah, we just actually like started connecting. Then we did a show together, and yeah, now I'm here with you.
There you go.
The
That's
world
how
is so
that
small.
to be honest, having interviewed Rachel, that sounds like the kind of thing that Rachel would do.
Mm,
Yeah, good on her.
great.
You know, it's all about bringing people together in music. Now, listen, you started by saying, I live here, but I was raised here. And whenever anyone says that, that's because where they were raised really means something to them. And it normally means when it's a musician as well that where you were raised had some influence on your music. Is that true for you?
100%. I'm a country girl. Like, I'm from the South. From like a small city. You know everybody for the most part, and it got to that point where it was, I just felt like it was time for me to go, but I still hold a lot of those values, and you know I'm still country. That all that it shines through my music, and yeah, I love North Carolina. I love where I'm from, and I'm always gonna rep it,
That's
always.
awesome. What sort of music did you grow up with? Did you
R&B, soul. You know, I
church
wasn't a
music as
huge,
well,
huge fan of
or not?
country, but I was around it for sure, and
Yeah,
it did have some influence on me. I'm able to take the parts that I like and put it into my own music.
yeah. Church music as well, or not?
Church music. Grew up in the church, gospel, all of the standard Southern girl things.
Yeah, 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 yeah. When was it? When was the first time you sang at the front of a church?
I was like 4 or 5.
Wow.
I was like four or
Was it
five.
what was it like? Get up there, girl. Get up. You've got a voice.
I was so young. I don't really remember like the process of like me deciding to join the choir and all of that. I really do just remember my first time singing, and it was so impactful for me, where like that was honestly the moment I decided like I want to do this forever. Being 5 and looking around and seeing all of these adults crying because because
Wow.
you've impacted them in such a way. It was just like, wow, I think I might be really like I might be really good at this. It was a cool experience for sure.
Yeah. The amount of singers that I've spoken to from all over the world who have had at some point that kind of church upbringing, and one of the first places that they really learned to express themselves in terms of their singing was church. There's a lot to be thankful for there. Absolutely. And actually, one of the reasons I think that it's important as well is because some of the stuff that you sing in church is really hard,
Yeah,
right?
it's hard. It's technical. It's real. You know what I mean? Like you have to learn music. You have to learn your parts. You have to. It's not always about being the soloist and being the one to shine. Like you have to learn music, even though you're not technically like learning how to read it and what certain all the technical words. Like you're literally learning how to sing and stay in your part. And as a 5-year-old,
That's something. That's a skill. That's a
it's
skill,
hard.
and you're learning that early on is really important. Now, listen, you're wearing a Whitney Houston t-shirt.
I am.
Whitney. So, where does she feature in your history of music?
I mean, I feel like everybody loves Whitney as a singer. Like you have to. She is the peak. Like she was incredible. God bless her soul. But like for me, I grew up, my mom played R&B constantly in the house. That was what was being playing. So Whitney, Mariah, once I got to a certain age, like I think like in the early 2000s, that's when like Alicia Keys and Jill Scott started coming out, and that was what was being played in the house. That was what I was hearing all of the time. That's how I learned how to like tune my ear, you know what I mean? Just listening to good music and listening to good singers. And
Would you say like Whitney was like one of the first singers that you listened to that actually sent a chill down your spine in terms of the how
no,
good
actually no.
no
For me, that first singer that was like, ooh, was it was Sade.
Oh, really?
Sade was the first artist that was like, whoa. And I think for that is because Whitney's incredible, but Sade, for me, her voice was more similar to mine. Tone, very, very rich, that low tone. And, as a girl, especially as a young girl, having such a deep voice, it's it can be like, what, this is weird, I'm weird, like I'm different. And so like my mom started making me listen to singers with lower tones to show me like, no, it's cool. So for that, it was like Sade, Toni Braxton, Anita Baker, like those were the artists that like really like influenced me because of my voice and my tone.
Sade had real style.
I love her. Actually, I thought Sade was a boy.
Really?
I thought Sade was a boy at first. And I remember seeing the album cover. We had like the greatest hits. And I saw the album cover and I was like, who is this? Like, why would he use another woman on the album cover? And my mom was like, no, this is who's singing. And I was like, this is a girl? She's like, yeah. And like, that's when all of that started.
Oh, well, I guess when Sade first came out, it was a very androgynous period anyway, in music. I
don't think I was born yet.
Oh, right. Okay. But there was a lot, there were a lot of characters like that kind of transcended gender, really. I mean, you had Prince, obviously, who was very female and male.
Grace Jones.
Yeah, and I was going to say even like Terence Trent D'Arby. I mean, just the first time I heard Terence Trent D'Arby, and you got that amazing high voice, and you think like, oh, is that a man? Is that a woman? It's
You're
just
right.
like,
what is going on? It's just good music.
Just really, really, really good. Who was it that? Yeah, I mean, you might say the same people again, but who was it that changed your life in terms of music, that actually produced something where you went, oh, I'm going to do this now?
Okay, so one for sure, I'm definitely going to give props to my parents, my mom and my dad, because they both sing. They weren't in the music business per se, like they didn't actually ever take that step to do it the way that I am, but they were both singers, both writers, and seeing them, I think that was like, oh, okay, like that's how you write a song. This is how you like pick beats that are like for your voice. This is how I learned all of that from them. But other than my mom and my dad, I would say Alicia Keys. I love her style of writing. I was born in '92, by the way, so I feel like I should say that. I feel like that's important when speaking on certain artists
Contextually,
that I
yeah.
was listening to. But Alicia Keys, the Diary of Alicia Keys, that album, it really changed my life and how I was like, wow, like this is writing. Like you could literally just tell a story. I could literally pull pages out of my diary and turn it into song, and people will like that. People will love that. They'll be able to relate to it. It's definitely Alicia Keys. Keisha Cole, her voice is
Mm.
so, her voice is so like, I don't want to use the word like abrasive, but like it just has that roughness to it that I really gravitated to because again, like I have that lower range. And I was like, I always gonna love Beyonce, love Michael Jackson. I love New Edition. I'm a New
Oh
Edition
wow,
fan for sure.
yeah.
I had so many artists for so many different. Taylor Swift, like her writing style is so dope. Just Paramore. I've been influenced by so many different types of music. I
In
listen to
terms of though watching you and like following you on things like Instagram, etc. I mean, you mentioned kind of Jill Scott there earlier, and you kind of, I love the way that you kind of introduce yourself into songs sometimes by in almost just kind of falling into a social situation and then starting to sing. I love that. Where did that come from?
um, I I think it just one day I've never been scared of the stage, but it's been like, you have nerves and it's just a matter of taking control. And that's how I gain control of the situation by making a joke, by leaning into my awkwardness, by, if there's a situation, instead of trying to cover it up, like it's happening, I'm bringing it to everyone's attention. And now we're all relaxed because we've talked about the weird thing. You know what I mean? And it just, as I performed more, I started seeing like this is actually really helping my set, talking, not just going from song to song, but talking, making people laugh, just things to just kind
Mm.
of make it not so I'm on stage and you guys are watching me. Like we're all here experiencing this
Just
together,
make it like a group
Yeah.
feeling, like you're in the community, and then it's
Yeah.
kind of almost like going back to church again, isn't it? You know,
It is. It is. It always comes back to church.
maybe some of that rubbed off on an early age, that you kind of feel comfortable where there's that kind of community context, and
hmm
the singing kind of naturally gravitates out of that. Whereas some people are very much kind of the orchestrated show, but I do think that puts quite a lot of pressure on you as a singer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where is your happy place as a singer? Where do you feel like most comfortable?
My happy place is on stage. Like it's where I'm able to connect with people. I have a really hard time uh, maintaining relationships, talking to people. It doesn't come natural to me. But on stage, that's kind of like my icebreaker. All of my friends are musicians. All of my friends are artists. They're all people that I perform, especially out here in LA. They're all people that I've done shows with, that I've worked with. Music has always just been like a connecting point for me. Is how I'm able to connect with people. So for people that don't do music, my way to connect with them is to just sing for them, is to perform for them, and show them that piece that they might not see if we're like just hanging out. Because we're talking now, and it's because we're talking about music. But like if we would have just like met at a bar, you'd probably be like, what's wrong with her? Why is she just sitting there looking at me? Because I'll just be like,
No, I'd just be sitting there peeling bottle labels like any, scared person at a bar, to be honest. Just really slowly peeling those labels off. In terms of what are you working on at the moment musically?
well, I am putting together an EP. I
Nice.
think I might have a name for it. I mean, I don't EP, album, a project. I'm working on a project because I don't want to limit
Oh,
myself.
everything's a project these days.
You know. But I am working on a project. It's going to be, as of right now, I guess I can tell you what I'm planning on calling it, Bar Crawl. It's gonna be like an ode to my college club hopping days. And just have a bunch of fun dance tracks up there. Everyone's going to be from like a different vibe. Like I said, I love all different types of music. So I'm going to have some rap up there. I'm going to have, just some good dance music, some slow stuff. I'm trying to get a country song up there.
Yeah,
I would love to like have like a country line dance song and like a twerk, just a night of clubbing. But you go to all of these bars. You start your night off at the country bar because they've got good drink specials.
Now, but listen, country songs, but not sounding naff and sort of going into the sort of dance arena at the same time. That's actually quite tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be different. And that's why I haven't done it yet. It's right now it's just an idea. I have to find the right person that can actually.
What's a good example for you of an artist that does that kind of country crossover, like Little Nas, someone like that, or who does that kind of?
I mean, I don't know if anybody actually
does it really well,
but I would say if I were going to compare it to any like the type of actual like country song I want, what's their name? The Zach Brown Band.
Oh yeah, right.
They've got this song, Keep Me in Mind, that I freaking love. And every time I hear it, I have to like blast it in my car. I'm like going crazy. And I just feel like that's a great song that everybody, no matter what type of music you listen to, like you can listen to it and be like, oh, this is dope. You can dance, you can move to it. You can do a little line dance to it and do the whoop-de-whoop, all that stuff. And then I still want to have a couple of those like hip hop elements in there. I have to find the right producer.
Yeah.
I have to find the right producer to make my dream.
Well, listen. We'll put the feelings out.
Putting it out there.
With this going out now. So producers out there, if you think you're down for the challenge, we're looking for a sort of line dancing stroke dance with a little bit of hip hop element in the middle of it, and it's got to be cool. It's got to be cool.
It's gonna be cool.
None of the cheesy stuff.
Right.
We want it. We want it cool enough that that the people will get down to it. We're going for a young demographic here. We're not really going for the sort of 50-year-olds or whatever, because that's me. And generally 50-year-olds have really naff taste in music. Just we're looking for cool. So if you can do that, then we'd love to hear from you. Yeah, you good at rapping? You good at rapping?
They tell me that I am. The people tell me I'm quick to be like, I'm not a rapper, and then I'll do some stuff, and they're like, you should be like, you should spit more. I've dropped some bars in a couple of songs that I've already released. Never like a full rap song, but
on this EP we're going to get a full rap song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The first song is I'm spitting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that because you wanted to put a rap song out there, or is that because you had like something to say that you just felt needed saying more in that kind of style of lyric, etc.? Because when you sing a song, you allow your voice more to travel with words.
Right.
And sometimes you just get a piece of poetry, if you like, or prose that just has a lot of words to say.
Yeah.
And it just suits rap. So was it more a case that you'd written that and you were like, I ain't singing this because there's too many words here?
I think sometimes it happens like that, but for this particular track, I was actually in the studio with my producer Zaina. She's freaking awesome. She could literally do anything. And we were joking how I really, really like Lola Brooks right now. Like, she's awesome. I love her style, I love her energy. I love the beats that she raps on. And Zaynab was like, okay, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to make like a Lola Brooks type beat.
I love
So
that.
the next time I came over, she played the beat and it was crazy. And I'm like, I want it. You know what I mean? I can't let you give this to anybody else. I want that. Like, so I sat down and I was like, okay, I gotta write something to it, and I did. So it was definitely like she brought me the beat. I wrote to the beat. I already had the intention that I was gonna rap on it because like it was just that type of music. It's like a drill. It's like a hard drill
Yeah.
beat. It's absolutely crazy.
I love that. I love the idea of making music by almost challenging each other.
Yeah, I mean
But
that's the fun in it, you know.
it is the fun of it. Yeah. Is there any kind of music where you don't think you would ever go there? You know, I mean, you've mentioned country, you've
I
mentioned
don't know.
hip hop, rap,
I love
obviously
everything.
R
I
and
mean,
B
I,
and
I
soul.
sang in like this, like, I mean, I don't know if it would
Would
be
we ever
called.
get like an indie? Would we ever get like a alt indie kind of tune
I would,
from you?
I would love that. I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
love all of that. Like, I sang in this band for a little bit called a Ghost, and
Right.
they his style is like it's like gospel meets rock. I like it's a different type of fusion that I've honestly never heard or done before, and it was so much fun. And that's kind of what opened my just my mind a little bit more because I was doing different types of shows. I was seeing other bands. A lot of the bands we were performing with were rock bands. And watching them on stage was like going crazy. I'm like, oh my God, they're having so much fun. Like, I don't feel like R&B is this fun. Like, what they are having so much fun on stage. I want to do that. And so that's kind of I started making music with that mindset of like I want to have fun on stage. Like that's no matter even if it's a ballad, I want to have fun on stage. My goal is to make the people in the audience feel something. I want to see them moving. I want to see them feeling the things. I just want to see everybody having a good time.
That's
That's
cool.
what I like.
That's
It's
cool.
weird to be singing on stage and have everybody they're just looking at you and they're
Yeah.
quiet. And it's a compliment because they're so like, oh wow, I'm in a trance. Fine, but I want you to shake your booty, okay?
Do you know what I when I sit here and I've done so many of these shows now. I mean, this is we've done over 300 of these shows,
That's
and
awesome.
so I've talked to an awful lot of musicians, and sometimes you just sit here and you think, listening to particular musicians, you think there's an energy there, and then you think about a previous guest. I'm just thinking about Michael from Beauty and Chaos. Michael, I'm going to send a copy of this video to you because Jazmen might be a good singer for a future Beauty and Chaos project. Michael tends to work with female singers, and it's kind of dark gothic music, but kind of gothic rock, etc. But why not? I just think
Yeah,
it could. I think it could work. There you go.
and there it is. Hit me up, Michael. I'm
We'll
for it.
make it happen.
I'm
We'll
down.
tag him in. We'll tag him in when this goes out, and we'll say, "Look, Michael, talk to Jazmen, and maybe on the next album we'll see you." What's the ambition then, other than this EP for 2024? Because we got
Mhm.
that coming soon after Christmas. Not a Christmas song, by the way.
Everybody keeps asking me for that.
Really?
And a lot of
I
people
said
have
it
been
kind of
asking me to do
jokingly,
a
but
Christmas album. Maybe. I don't know. It's already October, so I feel like it might be kind of late.
it's that Mariah
Um,
connection, isn't it? You see,
I think a Christmas song could be cool. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a New Year's song. You know
Yes,
what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like a Christmas song would be cool. I feel like everybody does Christmas music. I don't
they
know. I
really do.
mean, it would it would definitely be a good and a smart cash grab. I will say that.
Yeah,
But I think for me, I've never been a super like oh my God, it's Christmas. I want to put lights in all my house and like, let's do the tree and let's do the, like, I've never been like a super like festive person. And so
Do you know
maybe
what?
that,
I think the problem is, Jasmine, I think when you think about it logically, is that actually the Christmas market in terms of songs has been well overdone.
yeah,
And there's a lot of really classic songs that fit on a double album, or probably over a double album, and it's going to be really hard to compete with all of those. I think the gap in the market and sorry in the market is still a birthday song, because there's been a distinct lack over the years of good birthday songs. Happy Birthday as a song sucks big time. It's one of, and I know that most singers will agree with me here, it is one of the most awful songs ever to sing. There's nothing
I,
to it at all. Happy birthday to, it's awful song, right? um you know, Stevie, obviously, with, you know,
happy
his,
birthday.
now that's a great song, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd far rather have that song at my
Mm-hmm.
birthday party than Happy Birthday, right? um but other than Stevie, I don't think there's been many people that have really managed to capture the happy birthday market. So maybe
Right.
there you go, maybe a birthday song. And then not only do you get that song commercially once a year, you could get that song commercially every day of the year. You see,
Every day.
he was Stevie was ahead of his time there with that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna need to like save this clip so when so when I come out with the birthday song, everybody knows that this is where it
Doom,
happened.
doom, doom,
Um,
birthday, yeah.
I am
It's gonna be
so
brilliant.
excited. Hold on, let
The,
me.
the birthday song,
I want,
Rachel. If you're watching this as well, get in on the act. Birthday song, all right?
no,
It's
seriously.
seriously. Why
I do.
have
I have
not many
this
more
somewhere.
people thought about this? Birthday songs, fantastic. You know,
I'm like, I want to write this down so I don't
if you're a
forget.
card company like Hallmark or someone like that as well, if you want the exclusive rights to put this inside those electronic cards where it plays it as
It would
well,
be so cool, man.
it'd just be
I've
great.
actually, dang, just come out with a whole line of songs for cards. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You open up the card and like, bam, Valentine's Day song. You know, everybody like you
Uh,
open up, you hear like, wow, thing, you make my heart sing. I heard there's so many teddy bears and
I love it.
cards. That's actually freaking hard.
It is.
Mother's
It is.
Day,
I just don't know
Father's
why I
Day.
don't run a marketing company. Oh yes, I do. That's why. That's where it comes from. Um, Jasmine, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I was asking you what your plans are for 2024. Are you going to do more live gigs, etc.? Are you working on any other projects into 2024?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, the EP for sure. I've kind of taken a pause on shows because I want to perform some new music. But you know, once that comes out, I'm definitely going to be out here 100%. I want to start like a series, like a show series. I'm still kind of figuring out the logistics of that. So hopefully that will be coming out maybe like in the middle of the year next year. I'll start doing a traveling show. Maybe come out to the UK,
Ooh,
England. Where are you exactly?
I'm in the southwest of England. I'm just about an hour south of Bristol, which so Bristol would be your yeah, Bristol. You know where that is? You don't know where that
I
is, do you?
don't. I've never left
No.
America.
Okay, so
Unfortunately.
what I have to do for people is give them reference points musically for parts of
Okay.
the country. Okay, so Bristol was the home of Portishead. Do you remember the band Portishead? Check out the album Dummy.
Okay.
Right, you write this down afterwards. Okay, but Dummy, Massive Attack. Do you remember Massive Attack? No, this is your musical education. Make sure you
Yes.
rewind this when it
Put me
comes
on.
out, and yeah, because you will love this music. I'm telling
Okay.
you, right? Massive Attack, Portishead, and the third one I'm going to give you for Bristol is Ronnie Size.
I've actually heard that name before.
Yeah, Brown Paper Bag, drum and bass. Yeah, there you go. Three amazing artists that came out of Bristol that kind of shaped music history.
Okay, well,
there's
I'm
plenty more.
Gonna go check that. You should start sending me recommendations of people that I should listen to.
I do it all the time with people all over the place. Jazmen,
Yes.
You've been absolutely fantastic today.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for this. People, if you've enjoyed finding out about Jazmen, do go and check out her music by following her on the Instagram and anywhere else that she is. Stay tuned and wait for that EP that comes out, and also the amazing birthday song.
Yes,
which will happen early part of 2024. If you make a lot of money out of it, just remember who thought of it. Until next time, thanks for watching, everybody. Do share this with your friends, family, or anyone else that's actually got a pulse. If you haven't enjoyed this today, then I'm sorry about you being miserable. But please share it anyway, even though you didn't personally enjoy it.
Someone will.
Can't please all of the people all the time. I love that. Until next time, bye for now.
Bye. Wait, this was cool.